Editing and correcting relative clauses. Mastering intermediate grammar. Welcome to our English language learning video series. In this episode, we'll be diving into the fascinating world of editing and correcting relative clauses. As an intermediate English learner, it's crucial to have a solid grasp of this grammar topic to enhance your fluency and precision in expressing ideas. So, let's get started. Before we dive into editing and correcting relative clauses, let's quickly recap what relative clauses are and how they function within sentences. A relative clause is a type of dependent clause that provides additional information about a noun or pronoun in the main clause. It is usually introduced by words such as who, which, that, whom, or whose. For example, in the sentence, I have a friend who loves to read, the relative clause, who loves to read, adds information about the friend. To identify relative clauses, ask yourself two questions. 1. What is the main clause conveying? 2. Does the additional information describe a noun or pronoun in the main clause? Now that we understand the basics of relative clauses, let's focus on identifying and correcting errors within them. The following are common mistakes that learners make. 1. Incorrect pronoun usage. Using the wrong pronoun to introduce a relative clause can lead to confusion. For example, saying, "This is the book which I've read it," is incorrect because which is used as both the pronoun introducing the clause and within the clause itself. The correct sentence would be, "This is the book that I've read." 2. Misplaced clauses. Relative clauses should be placed close to the noun or pronoun they are modifying. Misplacing them can result in unclear or awkward sentences. For instance, saying, "I visited the museum, which is located downtown," is incorrect because the relative clause should directly follow the noun it refers to. I visited the museum that is located downtown. 3. Missing commas. Commas are essential for separating non-defining relative clauses from the main clause. For example, consider the sentence, "My brother Mark, who is an engineer, lives in London." Here, the non-defining relative clause, "who is an engineer," adds additional information about the brother and should be separated by commas. Now that we have identified common errors, let's focus on how to correct them. 1. Pronoun usage. Ensure that you choose the appropriate pronoun to introduce the relative clause based on its role. For people, use who or whom, while for things, use which or that. If the pronoun is not necessary, omit it altogether. 2. Placement of clauses. Double-check that the relative clause is positioned correctly in relation to the noun it modifies. Place it immediately after the noun or pronoun to maintain clarity. 3. Comma usage. Use commas to separate non-defining relative clauses from the main clause. If the information is essential to the sentence's meaning, do not use commas. Remember, practice makes perfect. The more you engage with relative clauses and correct errors, the more natural and accurate your usage will become. Congratulations on completing this video on editing and correcting relative clauses. You've taken another step towards mastering intermediate grammar in English. By understanding and practicing these concepts, you'll enhance your ability to communicate clearly and effectively. Keep up the great work, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video.